In today's Middle East update, we cover the latest on the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, escalating tensions between Israel and Iran, and much more. Stay tuned for detailed information on these critical events. On August 3rd, the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps announced that Israel killed Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran using a short-range projectile with an explosive warhead. Reports suggest that the projectile was fired from outside the guest house, where Haniyeh was staying. The IRGC vowed to retaliate against Israel at a future time and place. This announcement followed a New York Times report stating that Israel remotely detonated an explosive device at the guest house, and over 24 individuals were arrested in connection to this security breach. Israel has not claimed responsibility for Haniyeh's death. Iran and Lebanese Hezbollah have refused to engage with U.S. and Arab diplomats, attempting to de-escalate tensions between Israel and Iran. The Wall Street Journal reported that the United States and Israel are preparing for a broader and more complex attack than the April 2024 drone and missile strike on Israel. The U.S. Department of Defense announced it will deploy additional missile defenses, cruisers, destroyers, and F-22 fighter jets to the Middle East to support Israel and prevent regional escalation. The USS Abraham Lincoln will replace the USS Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group. The Israel Defense Forces struck a Hamas command and control site at Hamama School in Sheikh Radwan, Gaza City, on August 3rd. Hamas used this site to plan attacks, manufacture and store weapons, and train fighters. A Palestinian journalist reported that the school was housing displaced Palestinians. The IDF used precision munitions to minimize civilian casualties. Additionally, the IDF 252nd Division continued clearing operations around the Netzarim Corridor, targeting Hamas warehouses and militia buildings used to launch anti-tank missiles. Mortar attacks targeting Israeli forces were conducted by Hamas and the Popular Resistance Committees. Israeli forces have engaged Palestinian fighters in multiple locations in the West Bank since August 2nd, with the heaviest clashes occurring in Tulkarm. On August 3rd, the IDF killed 9 Palestinian fighters, including a Hamas commander, in 2 separate airstrikes. A drone strike targeted fighters in a vehicle on the outskirts of Tulkarm, followed by a second drone strike that killed additional fighters. The PIJ Tulkarm Battalion and PIJ later mourned the killed fighters. The IDF also conducted a raid in Tulkarm and confiscated weapons, including small arms. Lebanese Hezbollah has conducted at least 8 attacks into northern Israel since August 2nd. These attacks are part of the Axis of Resistance's objectives to deter Israel from conducting a ground operation into Lebanon, prepare for an expanded conflict with Israel, and expel the United States from Syria. Hezbollah's actions signal their readiness for a protracted conflict with Israel in the near term. These attacks further escalate the tensions between the involved parties and contribute to the ongoing instability in the region. The United Kingdom Maritime Transit Organization reported a small explosion near the merchant vessel M/V Groton, about 170 nautical miles east of Aden, Yemen, on August 3rd. The explosion did not cause any damage to the vessel. This incident highlights the ongoing maritime threats in the region, likely related to the broader conflict involving the Houthi forces in Yemen. The U.S. Central Command previously destroyed a Houthi missile and launcher in Houthi-controlled territory, indicating the continued presence of imminent threats to maritime security in the area. On August 3rd, the IDF reportedly struck a weapons convoy west of Qusayr, Syria, en route to the Bekaa Valley, Lebanon. Al-Qusayr is known as a stronghold for Lebanese Hezbollah, and a frequent route for Iranian weapons shipments to Hezbollah in Lebanon. The IDF also struck the Dabeya military airport in Homs Governorate on August 2nd, another key transit point for Iranian weapons to Hezbollah. These strikes underscore the ongoing efforts by Israel to disrupt the flow of weapons to Hezbollah and to counter Iranian influence in the region.